Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. I am your host for today's live stream. My name is Connor. I want to welcome everybody to today's Wednesday stream. And today's a very big day because one, the Ethereum Shanghai upgrade is happening today later on, and two, Bitcoin is trading at new 2023 yearly high prices. Price right now is just below 30k, but we did go up as high as $30,600. So this is major. We are at the beginning stage of the next leg up, in my opinion. But that does not mean that every single coin, every single token in the crypto market is just going to go straight up. There will be pullbacks along the way, and these pullbacks will be the opportune entries for longs to catch this next real leg up higher and of course make a ton of gains along the way. So I'll be going over everything in the stream: Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, all the news, all the updates. Be sure to stick with me until the very end. I do want to welcome everybody to the stream right now. I can see we already have a ton of people rolling in. Be sure to smash up that like button on your way in. But right now we are going to get things started with the crypto market overview. So taking a look right now at the crypto market overall, Bitcoin trading at $29,979, Ethereum trading just above 1900, and everything right now is really flat on the day. We did have CPI this morning, right? The Consumer Price Index tells us inflation, and came in at 5%. It was expected to be 5.1%, so in theory, inflation lowering, but who knows about these numbers. But anyway, on paper, it looks good, right? And let's take a look at today's top gainers and losers and see what's really moving today. And taking a look at the gainers, no real large cap coin is really moving. All the large caps right now are relatively sideways, and the only coins that are up, the only tokens that are up, are the small caps with low liquidity and very low market caps, right? Image generation AI, that was very popular back at the start of the year, now making a comeback. Rocket Exchange is a new exchange actually, and they route through all the major centralized exchanges. So this is up now. In the past 2 weeks, it's up 3x, but it's still only at a market cap of $17.2 million. I haven't touched this one. I've seen it though. It seems like an interesting product, but it's just a lot of hype right now around a low market cap coin, causing it to pump so much. And overall, really no big mid caps or large caps are the top gainers today, and all the losers are also same exact thing. A bunch of low caps, low liquidity, low market caps. So the majority of the market is simply not doing anything right now. Let me catch up with the live chat right now. We got McNaz96 saying, "Where are all my peeps?" We're right here in the building, McNaz, but it's good to see you here nice and early, getting some hype in the chat. We also got Dalton Moore with us saying, "Yo, champs are here." Good to see you, Dalton. Appreciate all of your support. We got Reverend Flashback saying, "Hi, Connor. Hope you're doing well." Thank you, Reverend Flashback. I'm doing amazing. I hope that you are doing well as well. Cambo Zone saying, "Glad to see you, sir. What do you think about the market from here?" Perfect timing. We're about to cover that. And Sniff saying, "What's the ETH news?" Well, the ETH news is the Shanghai upgrade that is going to be happening today. And all this is going to allow is that all the Ethereum staked is going to be allowed to be unstaked. But yeah, let's talk about the market and where it's going to go from here. First thing with Bitcoin. So taking a look at Bitcoin right now, let's start things off on the daily, and then we'll kind of go back to the smaller time frames where we were just looking. So Bitcoin on the daily time frame, beautiful move out of that 3+ week consolidation up here, just below 29k. Right, we exactly on April 9th, April 10th, we started to break out of that higher, and we went right to 30k. All right, so this was not necessarily surprising. If you guys saw my videos, right, you saw this video 3 days ago from over the weekend. I shared my analysis, and I basically said I'm leaning bullish, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a slight pullback to test lower, like the bottom of the range. It never gave that. It just pumped right up from the middle of the range, really. So good to see. And now let's talk about what's going to happen next, because that's really the main thing happening. So, like I said, it's not going to go straight up. In a perfect world, Bitcoin just goes straight up and it hits 32K as the next target. But it's not that easy, all right? And sometimes it could be that easy where you can just long the top and it's going to keep on pumping. But it's usually not that easy. So now we can see we have the Monday range mapped out. In order to get the Monday range on your chart, if you're already not aware of this, there is a free indicator called Spaceman BTC Key Level Indicator. Just go to the indicators on TradingView, and you can go ahead and search BTC or Spaceman BTC Key Level. And it's very good because all that's going to give you is the Monday high. It's going to give you the Monday range, the Monday high, the Monday mid range, and the Monday low. And you can also put some other big levels on there like the monthly open, daily open, stuff like that. But having this mid-range or this Monday range on the chart really allows us to get a clear picture on the local price action and the fresh levels that just formed. Because, yes, 30K, 32K, these are major levels. But these levels are no longer fresh. All right, they were fresh back in 2021 and 2022. But, you know, we are multiple years away from the time that price is spent here. So the supply and demand from these levels is not necessarily fresh. So in order to get fresh levels, we want to look at what price has done to get to where it is right now. All right? And using the Monday range is a great way to basically decipher that in the charts. Now, if we look at what's happening, we are above the Monday range. We are above the Monday high. We had that one dip during the last hour where we went ahead and we tested. If we go to the 12-hour chart here, on the 12-hour, essentially what I did to mark this green demand zone is I just looked at this 12-hour candle and we pumped, right? And then the wick on the 12-hour, it's not exact, it's right there. The wick on the 12-hour is right there at 29,612. So I essentially just marked this as a demand zone, a fresh one on the chart, going off of this 12-hour open and close. So now, as we see, on that wick lower, we got an exact test of that demand zone that just formed on its way higher. Okay, and the reason I actually had the zone the way I had it was because on the 1 hour, we can isolate that as a rally base rally demand zone. And as we see, price came and essentially wasn't perfect, but it was almost perfect where it just taps into that zone and then a quick reclaim. All right, and also we had a sweep of this low, right? This is one big range up here. This is one big range up here. All right, I just boxed it out. And the range low is over here at $29,807. So what I did was I marked that with an orange line. And as you see, price went ahead and it dropped beneath that range low, tested demand, but quickly reclaimed. All right, this is known as a bullish swing failure pattern. This is bullish here, but it is on the 1 hour time frame. All right, now if this 4 hour candle closes below this orange line, then the whole bullish setup is invalidated. All right, and then I would expect a lower test from there. So just as we were trading over here in this gigantic range for over 3 weeks, just as we were trading over here and I was saying, yes, I'm bullish, but you know, don't be surprised if we pull back down here to this range low at 26,600. I'm going to essentially tell you the same thing right now. All right, I'm for sure in the camp that we go higher and we trade at $32,000. But I am expecting a bit of a pullback from here and not too deep of one, right? The main levels, let's just look, right? Let's open our eyes for a second. And what do we see, right? What do we see here? Does anybody see a rally-based rally? All right, so we'll just isolate that right here on the 1 hour. You can also see it on the 4 hour. Actually, you'd have to go to a 3 hour. On the 3 hour, you get the clean rally-based rally formation. 2 hour as well, you'll see it with two basing candles. But regardless, this is the kind of the most obvious level that I see on the chart now to get ready for a pullback. And as you see, I've had this line at $29,300 for quite some time now, for multiple weeks. And that lines up perfectly with the top, right? Price was pumping up higher, hit a little bit of resistance right here, 29,300, bursted right through it. Resistance is flipped to support. So this is the level to look for a pullback on Bitcoin. And this is where you should highly consider getting long. All right, and now I'm going to be sharing with you a ton of altcoins And with this in mind, we have to remember this Bitcoin chart and what we can expect, right, for our altcoin trades. Because, of course, if Bitcoin pulls back, so are altcoins, and that's going to be the entry, all right, to catch the next leg up higher. So this is Bitcoin. Next target higher, $32,000. That has not changed. Above that, we have our blue zone starting at around 38K. But realistically, we can go ahead and, we can put the start of this blue zone here at 37,400. This is exactly where the bear market really started to accelerate, where Luna went down, Celsius collapsed, 3 hours capital also collapsed. This was the start of the crypto contagion liquidations. All right, so this really is a huge level, and we expect this to get tested in the future. But right now, the next up is $32,000. So we're going to see here. We're going to see here on Bitcoin that hourly close on the last hour, the 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time candle, this long wick down, that closed bullish. All right, that's a good sign. But again, we want to see how this 4 hour is going to close, if it's going to close as a swing failure pattern or not. But the level to watch for a pullback, very simple, $29,300 down to the Monday mid-range at 29K. Again, nice psychological round number at that Monday mid-range. Something like this, and then we go to 32 is the drawing that I'm expecting. And yes, some people have called me Pablo Picasso with my drawings on my charts because they're pretty good. Let's go take a look at ETH too. So ETH, strong. Essentially, so over here on the 10th on Monday, took this long up, all right, full retrace right back to the entry at 1850, but then on CPI today, it just pumps right back up, all right? This does look like a double top, bit of a liquidity grab. Also another deviation above the Monday high as we see what happened here. This is how we use the Monday range to trade, right? Price broke out above that Monday high. Remember, Bitcoin is still holding above the Monday high. Ethereum is not. ETH broke out above, lost it all the way down to the Monday low, pump up. Again, we go over the Monday high, we trade over it, but it's just a deviation. Now we're right back into it. All right, so this is it. The way these 1 hour candles closed here on ETH is bearish. Bitcoin looks stronger right now. And if we look at ETH BTC, it is now starting to stall a little bit. This was pumping like crazy this morning, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and came right back to the resistance here and started to stall a little bit, which is why we're seeing ETH showing weakness and why Bitcoin is showing strength right now. All the correlations are always present. All right, we need to be able to quickly decipher through all the correlations and see what is happening, because it's going to tell us what we should be doing next, right? And when we have Ethereum weak versus Bitcoin strong, we want to see if that's going to continue to play out. But if that's the case, then we would expect Ethereum to continue to head downwards when it's weak against Bitcoin, right? When it's strong, it's going to pump, and all the altcoins are going to pump as well. But ETH, next target higher, again, has not changed. We have the highs from over here in the summer in August, and that goes as high as 2K. So the next target in my eyes, in my brain, is $2,000 for ETH. And then we start getting up here to 2160, and then eventually up here to 2300. Those will come, but we got to take it one level at a time right now for Ethereum. All right, and if we're going to pull back on ETH, we already got it. We already got a nice one this morning to here, back down to 1800, 1899. But realistically, the Monday mid-range at 1880 is a level that I would heavily expect to get tested again. From here, I don't personally think ETH is just going to trade higher. I think it will go ahead and stop out some longs. A lot of longs built up, above $1,900. This move, as far as I'm concerned, was just to stop out all of the longs that built up here above the Monday high, right? Go and sweep them out. So I would expect another flush out of those longs. And on ETH, 1880, 1884. Where's everybody's stop loss? Everybody's stop loss is under this low at 1868. So with that being said, you can also expect this to get swept at 1868 too. But this is a very small move from current price. It's really not much at all. Right? This is 2.4%. So we're not expecting that much downside. Right? Small pullback before the real next move higher. I'm personally bullish with ETH Shanghai. I don't think it's going to be a major thing where everybody goes and sends all their Ethereum to centralized exchanges and starts selling off when the staked ETH is allowed to be withdrawn. I don't personally see that happening. Right? People may be underwater on their Ethereum, on their staked Ethereum. They've been holding it now for years. There will be some selling pressure. There's going to be volatility for sure, but I wouldn't expect a major sell-off to take place right away. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat right now. Nanook saying hello to the Emperor and his empire. What's up, Nanook? Good to see you. Satoshi Flacco says, what's up, Connor? Let's go. Made some nice profit on your SOL call, but took profits too early, I fear. Let's talk about that. Solana. And if you took profits already, then yeah. Yeah, you probably did. You know, it depends on what your game plan was for the trade. I entered this trade with a swing trade in mind. I was not looking for a quick scalp. I'm looking for a big win, right? I'm not looking for a single. I'm looking for a home run with Solana. And I have made that very clear. Because if we look at Solana here, we had the beautiful move up in January, right? And we just stay there late January, February, March. In March, we go down, back down below 16 bucks, right, in this yellow circle here. But realistically, after the January move, it has done nothing. This is a daily time frame, by the way. This is a daily chart. But ever since the move up in January, this has done nothing for 3 months. All right, so if you want to play the range here and take profit in the range, go for it, right? The spot position right now from my entry at 1968 is up, 20%. That's pretty good. You buy $10,000 worth of Solana, you're up 2K on it. It's not bad. But what we're really looking for is the breakout move above 27K. All right? Because once this is all in the range. In the range, there's no big wins made in the range unless, of course, you're using leverage, right? But if you want to play it spot, well, then you need to be a little bit more patient and wait for the big move. Because Solana's main bear market support was down here at 25 bucks. The highs from January and February were around 27 bucks. All right, so that's our resistance, $25 to $27. Once that is broken, it's going up here. All right, we have this level at 37. Certainly it may act as resistance, but realistically, once $27 is broken, this is where it's going, right? $40 plus. And if you got in below 20, that's a 100% gain plus, all right? And yeah, it took some time to get there, but I mean, you don't have to do anything. You just have to be patient and wait. And you double your money. You over double your money. Relatively safely too, because we can go buy meme coins and stuff like that and get a 2x in 20 minutes. But if we're going to play the majors like this, well, then we need to be more patient. So Solana is looking very good. It's been leading the altcoins. If we look at Solana versus Bitcoin here in the daily time frame, let me get rid of these lines. If we look at Solana versus BTC, I mean, this is just kind of a picture-perfect falling wedge here on the daily time frame. All right, we can go ahead and put some lines on the chart. Depending on how you want to draw this. I would draw it like this. This is actually the proper way to do it. Like this, little narrow sliver of a wedge. And price breaking out higher now. All right, with Solana outperforming Bitcoin, that's causing Solana to pump. And with Solana pumping, it's looking good. Trying to get above this orange resistance box. Pullbacks for this, every pullback we get on Solana, I mean, treat it as a major, major buying opportunity. And again, where's everybody's long stops? Everybody who entered long most likely has all their stops below this low at $22.29. All right, so when we pull back, and by the way, this is showing a lot of signs of weakness right now in the lower time frames, right? Clear bearish divergence on the 1 hour with a rising wedge, kind of a triple tap as well, triple drive. So yeah, this is due for a lower time frame pullback, which is why you should not just ape into it right now. But the level is down here around 22 bucks. You get this. I mean, realistically, you can look for the move back up to 25, 27. But really, you can look for the breakout move as well, where we go and we trade much higher. So Solana is all primed up. We've been on this one for the past month, right? It's really the coin that I've been kind of watching the most, waiting for. You know, everybody is talking about it now because it's pumping. We've been talking about it from when it was below 20 bucks, right? So this is not a surprise to see it moving. And again, locally on the 1 hour time frame, all signs are pointing for a pullback. And we also just broke the falling wedge, and now we're retesting it. Also, look at the retest volume. It's extremely low. So realistically, if you want to, you can scalp short this. I would put the stop just above here. You're still risking 3% to make 7%, so it's not the best trade. I personally wouldn't. I would just buy dips and sell rips, because that is the trend. The trend is your friend until the end, and the trend is up right now. So yeah, the level to look for, $22, but whatever it gives you, you know, just be comfortable with the risk. Understand how much you could potentially lose if things go south and we don't actually break out here. And if you're comfortable with that loss amount, well, then you want to trust the trade, right? Because Solana, once it breaks, again, one more time for anybody that just joined, once it breaks $27, it's going to this red supply zone from 44 up to 50 bucks, all right? And from $23, that's still a 100% gain if you get it to 46. But yeah, still way too early to celebrate again, because this is just range bound. It's been in the same range for 3 months. Good move. It's a good move into supply here, but on all your lower time frames, it's showing a ton of weakness. Again, expect the pullback to 22, but you cannot celebrate until this breaks out above $27. And then you officially caught a bottom. But anyway, Satoshi Flacco, good to hear you made some money with that Solana call. Michael saying, greetings to everyone. Nice to have you back on live stream once again, Connor. I can see you're doing marvelously well. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that, sir. Good to have you here in the live chat. Nanook saying, hey, Connor, did you already cover Scroll and the possible airdrop guide? I've shared it in my Discord, but I have not covered it on YouTube. But yeah, Scroll, another ZK EVM rollup, and right now, as far as I'm concerned, it is only on the test network, on the Scroll test network, and the only thing you can do on it is send Gorelli Ethereum to the Scroll test network and do some basic swaps on Uniswap. Let me see real quick. Let me switch up my wallet off screen. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is Scroll. You can bridge from the Gorelli test network. As you see, I got some Gorelli ETH in there. Really should be collecting it like every day because it's getting pretty scarce. It's going to run out eventually. But all you do is you bridge some coins over and then you just swap. It's pretty easy. All right, you can wrap some ETH. And that's the Scroll airdrop guide, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Go get this done. But yeah, we've covered that in the Discord before. Andreas saying, my man Connor, what's up? Please check out Mute. For sure. Let's go check out Mute. So, Andrea, the only time I really chart Mute, I believe, is when you ask me about it. But here we go. Looking at the zones that I've outlined, and the only time I really look at this coin is here on live stream when I'm asked about it. But looks like I put these demand zones. I don't remember putting them on the chart. Maybe you guys do. But just notice how well they have been respected by price. Right, these were the levels to buy. Even more recently, just a few days ago on Saturday, April 8th, we had a weekend where price came right back again into the demand level. Nice pump out of there. All right, so Mute is okay, a bit of an interesting chart here. Let me go to the 3-day. Yeah, so the 3-day is showing some heavy divergence. Right, and this is a higher time frame, so it already did play out. Right, we already got the move out of it. Right, price was showing a weakening trend higher, and this was a bit of a healthy move. This was, yeah, I mean, out of this, it dropped 54%. So that's valid, all right? That played out, that bearish divergence on the 3-day there. Nice reset. And there's really not much to say about Mute other than the fact that it is just kind of range bound. It's been range bound ever since the start of April. Right, at the end of March it had a nice move, but since the start of April it has done nothing but go sideways. Isolate this. Okay, so this is your resistance. Goes as high as 154. And again, continue to use the same demand, the outline demand zones below $1, right, if you want to buy this. But yeah, this is just sideways choppy. Play the range. When it comes down to the range low, you look to buy it. And if you're bullish on this and want to hold it, well, then you want your entries as low as possible. And these demand zones outlined here on the chart, you have 85 cents, and then you have 65 cents as well. Those are your levels to buy. Sniff saying my entry into SOM at 138 was legendary. What's it at now? All right. Yeah, I mean, hasn't really moved too much from there, but definitely a good entry, right? Lower than current price, so that's what you want to see. Let's go look at some more major charts. So we looked at Solana, we looked at Bitcoin, we looked at Ethereum, right? And for Bitcoin, right, we are definitely bullish, but we are well aware of the fact that price has a good chance of pulling back to the $29,000 level, this $29,000 demand zone. So with that in mind, let's go look at altcoins, all right? And we'll go look for entries off of support or off of a demand zone. And why don't we start with Dogecoin? I'm bullish. I'm really bullish on Doge right now. Right, we got 420 coming up. Remember the date, 420. Elon Musk absolutely loves his memes. He loves 420. And there's a good chance he's going to do something with Dogecoin and 422. So Doge, Elon changed the Twitter logo to Doge over here on April 3rd, right? 2 days after April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. He trolled everybody with the timing. But yeah, that was a new yearly high, right? The previous yearly high was over here in February at 9.9 cents, just below 10. And then this yearly high took it up to 10.6 cents. All right, and we tagged all of these levels from over here back in December of 2022 before we had that big sell-off to 6.7 cents from just below 11. So Doge, what do we have, right? definitely higher highs and higher lows. Breaking that yearly high was huge. Making a new yearly high was huge. But what we want to do with Dogecoin is very simple. We want to buy the pullback. All right, and it's already had a very nice pullback from the high. From current price, it's down 22%, but to the lows, it went as low as 24.3% retracement from the highs. So that is good, but we can maybe get a little bit more. Regardless, I would not short this. I would not short Doge. I would not look for any shorts. I would only look for longs. And we have the golden pocket here at 7.9 cents. Yep. So stop would realistically need to go under these lows, and 7.5 cents. Let's see. Yeah, if we look over here, even from May 2022, 7.5 cents, huge level. So below 8, if you can get this at 7.9, that's ideal. And lower, right? We can see that we wicked to 7.9 just recently, a few hours ago. Actually, quite a few hours ago now. Okay, so yeah, I mean, anywhere between now and 7, this is all one big buy zone as far as I'm concerned. Right? You do not want to short this. This is super bullish. So if you can get your entry as close to this dotted line as possible, I wouldn't put the stop below 7.5 cents. And you're going to be risking around 6-7%. But your target, if you just go to these local highs, you have 30% on the table. And that makes your risk reward for the trade very, very good, right? That gives you a 4.4 to 1 risk reward. If you go in at current price, this is why your entry is so important, right? If you're newer to trading, listen up. Your entry is so important because it determines your risk reward ratio, right? And you can see the difference between entering at 7.98 cents and entering at 8.2 cents. It makes your risk reward ratio go from 4.4 to 2.8. That's major. All right, that makes the trade a lot less attractive. It's still good, but it's a lot less attractive. Now I know people are probably wondering, should I use leverage on this trade if I take the Doge trade? The leverage doesn't matter. All that matters is how much money you're risking to lose, okay? Because you can lose a ton of money just trading spot without any leverage, all right? You need to be aware of your position sizing and how much you're risking, and that's going to determine how much leverage you should use. But just getting the setup down and the entry down is really more important than that. And I like this whole entire orange area as a buy zone. I would try to get it as close as possible below 8 cents. And that's going to give you the ample opportunity for risk reward on Doge. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason, in my opinion, to be bearish on this. Strong pump at the start of April. Cool off. Elon removed the Doge logo. What if Elon posts another Dogecoin meme? It's going straight back up. All right, so do not fade the strength. This has given you signs that it wants to pump, right? This was just a pre-pump. Realistically, Doge during that next bull cycle is most likely going to hit $1. Right now it's 8.2 cents. So there will be a time when Dogecoin just absolutely flies. And, with 420 coming up, all it takes is one Elon tweet to send this thing to the stratosphere. So Dogecoin, 8.2 cents, decent entry. Better to get it as close to 8 cents or under 8 cents as possible. And it's going to go to 10 from there. That's the trade. Now, Ethereum Classic, it's funny how Ethereum Classic always works. Right, is the old version of ETH when the miners had a dispute and they forked the code, and Ethereum Classic was created many years ago. But with the ETH Shanghai upgrade right here, right now, for some reason Ethereum Classic also catches a bid and starts to pump a little bit. Now with this chart does remind me of Solana, right? Remember, Solana's big level of support is at $20. What is Ethereum Classic's main level of support? It's $20. And the chart almost looks the same too. Let's go split screen. I'll show you what I mean. Also, we have to look at Arbitrum. That reminds me. We'll look at Arbitrum next. So anyway, Solana, Ethereum Classic, pretty similar to one another, right? $20 is your main support. You had that big dip that happened on the banking scare on March 10th. As you see on both sides of the screen, March 10th, we got the dip down. Now we reclaim 20. And I mean, these are identical, right? This is odd how identical these charts are, Solana and Ethereum Classic. So just like Solana, when it breaks the highs, it's going to run. Let's go back to one chart here. When this breaks the highs at $24, $25, you know, your target levels are clear and outlined, right? They're already here on the chart. $30, $38, $44. Yeah, Ethereum Classic also due for a big pump as well. So again, you want to buy the hopeful dip that if you do get a dip. And if we look at our Monday range, yeah, our Monday low, just try to get it as close to that Monday low as possible. And, you know, you'll be sitting pretty. You'll be sitting real pretty. Ideally, you get a pullback to around $20, $21 though on Ethereum Classic. All right, let's go through some more charts. Next up, we got Arbitrum. So Arbitrum, I tried a long on Arbitrum yesterday, but I closed it out early, as we see here. I looked to long it at $1.22. And then I closed it out at 121.4. It was like a 0.5% loss. So not a big deal. And really it's moving strongly now. Came into this demand zone at 116. Also, that was a sweep. Again, the Monday range plays are so clean. Especially when we line them up with supply and demand zones. It gives you such good, clear trade entries. Now, unfortunately, I did miss this one. But, you know, just for learning purposes, if we look at this, it's such a clean, big sell-off right into demand, and you sweep the Monday low. You reclaim it. You know, you retest it once, and then it's just a perfect W. People call this an Adam and Eve. This is a W, double bottom, all right? Keep that Adam and Eve talk out of here. So clean. Rejecting off a mid-range now. So here's the play, right? We get the Bitcoin pulled back to 29K, then, you know, hopefully we get the Arbitrum pulled back to 116, 117. I would give some room because we're going to be targeting like 140 here, right? So we're risking 3-4% to make 18% here on ARB. Yeah, I like this. Really respecting that bottom demand zone very well, and also it would be another deviation. But yeah, if anybody caught that Monday low demand test this morning, good on you. That's a beautiful trade. That is picture perfect. But yeah, the real move has not happened yet. The real move is going to take the price up to around $1.40. But it is looking pretty good right now. Let's see. Fractal says, what are your thoughts on this Bitcoin pump to 30K having such low volume? not necessarily that big of a deal to me, plain and simple. The volume is certainly low, but relatively speaking, right? It's low compared to over here coming out of the, you know, the banking scare and when we first got into consolidation, right? But then if you look, the volume really dropped off in this consolidation, really dropped off. And then this most recent pump, you know, cleared a lot of the volume bars in the consolidation. So yeah, if we compare it to other times, it's low. But if we compare it to the most recent, just like I was saying in the beginning of the stream with supply and demand zones, we want the fresh ones that just formed. How do we find the fresh ones that just formed? We look at what price did to get to where it is now. All right, and if we look at volume, it's no different. If you look at the volume, the more recent volume, yeah, there's some big sells. Let's go to Coinbase. Yeah, I mean, it's still on par or higher than most more recently of the past 2 weeks. So higher volume than the past 2 weeks, but lower than the past few months. Not a lot of cause for concern for me, Fractal. Andreas says, thank you so much, Connor. I'm a big believer in Mute with all the updates announced this week. I'm glad to hear that. Divya NN says, any analysis on BTC? We covered Bitcoin extensively already in the live stream. Be sure to rewind the live stream to catch that Bitcoin analysis. And if we look at BTC now, actually, if we look at this chart now, exactly what we were kind of outlining earlier when we were going over Bitcoin, right? I didn't necessarily trust this first swing failure pattern. I wanted to see a closure on at least the 4 hour to really confirm this. And nothing's really happened yet. But again, I'm gonna wait for a move lower to like 29,300 at the minimum, 29k demand zone. Thorchain has come back from the dead. Yeah, this thing is a troll and a half. If you look, the yearly open over here at 127, good start to the year. Comes back and deviates from the yearly open. It's crazy. And now it's back up to 160. So this thing is for sure a troll with the price action. There's nasty moves, hard to predict, hard to catch. Over here, it broke this bear market trend line too, right? No, it's not a bear market trend line, but it's a pretty long trend line. Yeah, that is the bear market trend line, right? Going back to May of 2022. It might not be December or November of 2021 over here. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty long, this is a weekly price chart. This is like a 1 year trend line. And anyway, Thorchain broke out of that in January. Late January, early February over here. It was a complete letdown though. Then it came back and it gave back that whole entire pump. So yeah, Thorchain has been a complete troll and back from the dead now. Because as you see, big level over here at 156. Held as support. Lost it. Now we're back above it. So from there, you know, we attacked the highs, and just like Solana, this thing's highs are at $197, $2. Once that clears, it's got a lot of room to run. And once that clears, $3 is next, right? So it clears $2, it goes to $3, 50% pump, and then yeah, I would take it level by level. Your first target, $3. You look for something like this. But again, it needs to clear these highs at 197 first. I would probably I would be extra patient. I would put the entry like here on support at 155. Maybe set some more bids at 143. But yeah, it's looking pretty good there. And Nuke says what's happening with Chainlink. Whales accumulating. Whales accumulating or the foundation selling. I don't really know why this is so range bound. And this is a weekly chart. This weekly chart, look at the past 4 weeks. Look at the past month. It has just done absolutely nothing. So accumulation, distribution, right? You would not think this is distribution down here. More accumulation for sure, right? This is definitely an accumulation range looking at the chart. I don't know what is going on with it specifically, but what a clear bottom range. And you know, if you're bullish on Link, then you are loading up at these prices, expecting another test of the all-time high at 50, and then even higher too. So yeah, I mean, I don't know about Link, what's happening with it, but when it does break out of this range up here above $9, above $9.50, then it's going to be a lot of fun. But for the past year, as you see, for the past 11 months, this has not been fun. But it will be fun again once it breaks out above 950. All right, so people are asking me what's happening with the strong projects and why they're not moving. So we got to go back to basics. Let's go back to basics, everybody. Here we have the total crypto market cap. This is every cent in crypto, including Bitcoin. Right now it's $1.193 trillion. Then we can look at the total 2. Total 2 is the altcoin market cap. It's got every single cent in cryptocurrency, excluding Bitcoin. And with that, it's at $613.219 billion. All right, so it's almost double, right? The Bitcoin market cap is basically the entire altcoin market cap, including ETH. That's how big Bitcoin is. So the reason that you're not seeing a bunch of big moves in all the top major altcoins like Rune, Atom, stuff like that is because there has been no new money come into the altcoin market. All the money has gone into Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin is the king. And Bitcoin dominance too, as we see now, is finally breaking out above this level at 48%. So the reason your altcoins are not pumping is because there's no money flowing into them. All the money is flowing into Bitcoin. When that changes and we see Bitcoin dominance begin to move down, right, like this, then we're going to see the capital rotation into the total 2, and it's going to get up here to $700 billion and beyond, and that is when we will see the big altcoin pumps, right? But there's no sense in looking at each individual altcoin chart and, you know, scratching your head, why isn't this one pumping? The total 2 is your answer, and the total 3 as well. This is all the altcoins excluding Ethereum, right? So without ETH, the overall crypto market cap, without ETH and Bitcoin, all the altcoins, it's at $382.86 billion. And if you look at this is a daily chart. If you look at this, take a date and time measurement too. One more time. If you look at this, no, I'm kidding. This has been sideways for like 60 days. Even longer, almost 3 months. No new money has come into the altcoin market cap. Okay, so, you know, everybody's on the edge of their seats waiting for something exciting to happen. Nothing exciting is going to happen until you see these altcoin market cap charts start to move up. I'm sure a lot of people have lost their patience and they want to go, you know, chase pumps and do all this nonsense and get away from the fundamentals. But just like with everything in life, if you do not stick with the fundamentals, you are going to lose. You're going to get smacked up. All right, so stick to the fundamentals and do not chase the pumps. Let the trades come to you. Right now, there's simply no point in trying to chase anything. There's no new money coming into the market right now for altcoins. Wait until this chart pumps, and you're going to get everything you've ever wanted in terms of your altcoin pumps. But for right now, it's just not going to happen. It ain't going to happen, soldier. and USDT dominance as well. You want to see this chart drop for crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins to pump. Anyway, I hope that answered your question, Andrea. We got Schwim saying, hi, Connor. I'm glad I catch the live stream. Caught the live stream, but all good, Schwim. Not the grammar, please. What potential does Kadena have in the next bull market? So Kadena was very popular because it was like the only proof of work smart contract blockchain. But now the problem is that there's a lot of them popping up. It's the hot narrative. Oh, Bitcoin security, but smart contracts, right? Just off the top of my head, there's coins like Caspa, right? There's coins like Nexa. All these are like the same thing as Kadena now, but lower market caps. The reason Kadena pumped from cents to $22, $27 last bull market, it was pure speculation. All right, there was nothing built on Kadena. Nobody was using it. Pure speculation. Now all the speculators have rotated to the new shiny ones. All right, this is just how crypto works, with a bunch of monkeys going after coins, chasing green candles. Caspa and Nexa are like direct competitors to Kadena. You can make all the arguments you want that Kadena is better, they have a better team with JP Morgan and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the only reason these prices have gone up, the only reason Kadena pumped from cents to $27 was speculators speculating on the token price. So does Kadena have potential in the next bull market? Yes. But understand that there's a lot of competition now in the niche that Kadena is living in. So it may not be as exciting. Yeah, I mean, I have not really been following Kadena. I'm not a part of the Kadena community. I don't really care what happens to it personally. Let's see. Cambo Zone says INJ is very strong. What do you think about it? Let's go take a look at Injective. Super strong. It's actually insane how strong this is. And yeah, it really makes you wonder who the heck is buying this in such droves. But yeah, once it broke out of the bear market range over here at 285, it was all systems go. Never really looked back. Besides that one pullback on March 10th. Made the strongest recovery, and it's up multiples from there. It's up almost 3x. So you're coming up to some more. I mean, this whole chart is going to have resistance, but the thing is, it's so strong, but it's also a parabolic. It's a parabolic move. So parabolas are always strongest at the end, and you know, if we look here, like this is now straight up. It's straight up. So what do I think about INJ? I think that when it breaks this parabola, it's going to correct like 40% plus. You know, and that would look back under $5. But we'll see if it gets up here to $7.50 to $8, and then it has a big correction. You know, 30% would take it back to 540. 40% would be like 480. So don't chase it at this point. Watch, draw the parabola on your own chart and watch for the break. And when that happens, you essentially, if you want to buy INJ, you look to buy the dip. But yeah, I mean, we first covered it down here at like 250. So it's been performing very well, and it's not going to stop. You know, it's one of the strongest DeFi coins out there. Like I said in the previous streams, it reminds me of Luna with the branding and the community. It's a little sketchy, not going to lie, with the VCs, right? Who the heck is buying so much of this stuff? I don't know. I don't really care. All I know is it's pumping, but watch for it to break the parabola. And yeah, from there you'll get a good buying opportunity if you don't have enough INJ yet. Andrea says, how do you see the market for the summer? Sell in May or go away, or is it going to be different this year? I think we're going to have a really good year, right? I don't know when we get the Bitcoin top out to happen. Again, my price target for this year is up here at 46K, right up here. I don't know when that's going to happen, but when that happens, then I would go away, right? Sell and go away. Yeah, so it depends on the timing of when these levels get hit above 40K. I don't have the crystal ball to predict the future and know exactly when that is going to happen. But I'm just going off of price and not necessarily the time of the year. NMN, is it a good time to long ETH 5X? What makes you think, are you just asking me, or do you have an actual kind of edge in play here to long ETH at 5X right now, or you just want to long it off a whim? All right, so we just got a new hourly candle open. It is now 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want this ETH chart, not that one. Okay, so for ETH, the levels that I'm looking for the pullback to, 1880, 1868. So if you're going to long it, I would say you should wait for a pullback to these levels first before you decide to look for a long. And then, you're targeting up here above 2K. It's right there. It's a stone's throw away, less than 7% to $2,000 now. So it is right around the corner. Cambozone says, thank you, really appreciate that. I'd like to see a break too, no problem. So let's talk about LYX, right? We just covered this on the channel now. Very, very bullish project. And again, buy zone under 10 bucks is ideal. But with where this has the potential to go in the future, even at 1075 is very good. We got Randy FPV saying, Hola from Mexico, the new land of the free. Yeah, you're not kidding there, Randy. What a joke. What a joke. Up here has become, huh? Absolute joke. Ahmad says, good afternoon, Connor. Let's make some money. That's what we're here for, man. Good to see you, Ahmad. We also got Prophet Mood saying, hello, Connor. Have a look at SXP. For sure, we can look at SXP. So, Prophet Moods, when you asked me about SXP last week, I basically said wait for a pullback because I didn't want you to long the top. Longing the top would have worked at that time. But now as we see, it's coming back down to regular prices, right? It was trying to punish the early shorters. And now, obviously, it is coming down. And yeah, I mean, when you asked me about it last week, I said wait for 55 cents at least to buy it. And now it's at 57 cents. So, and we're also below that Monday low now, right? If we want to play the Monday range, we are below that. Yeah, and you do have 1 hour. You got some 1 hour bullish div here. Right, as you can see. This is looking, it's now getting interesting again, right? It's getting to the levels where we're interested again. And it's below the 50% retracement too. See, the thing is, if you enter this on leverage, you either need a precision entry or you need a wide stop. So you have to pick your poison on how you want to trade it, right? If you want to do a precision entry, well, then you simply just want to buy it as close to support as you possibly can. All right, and on this chart, support is at 55 cents, and it's down here as well at 51 cents, 50 cents. All right, so if you're going to buy it off support, you have to wait for price to come there. If you want to get in now, you have to understand you're going to have to use a wider stop. Okay, so with a wider stop, I mean, it's ugly. It's like 20% risk. It's way too much for me, which is why I would recommend to try to get a precision entry right off of the support levels, 55, 56 cents, and then 50 cents too. But yeah, I mean, this thing definitely overextended, but here's the thing. Wait for the consolidation as well, because right now, if you try to buy this, you're trying to catch a falling knife, right? This thing's been going straight down on the daily chart. It's going to at least give you a pause. Like here, you got two basing candles. You got drop, base, base, drop again. All right, so you want to wait for some kind of consolidation too. And even the same on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the exact same, right? We don't want to try to catch the falling knife. Okay, we want to let it come down here, and it probably will spend a little bit of time going sideways before it starts to move higher. So in order to avoid trying to catch falling knives, you just wait for some kind of consolidation on the chart. Now SXP right now, it is doing that, right? It's consolidating with bullish divergence. You can try a punt now if you want to. You most certainly can try that, right? Targeting back at the Monday high. That gives you a 4.4 to 1. It's pretty good. But understand, you are on the higher time frames trying to catch a knife here, and it could easily just go and stop you out. So just be okay with the risk. That is the most important thing. Yeah, but we've covered a ton of altcoins this live stream. I'm sure anybody watching in the future, you got, or even everybody that was watching with me all throughout this one, we went through a ton of charts, a lot of different charts, a lot of different trade ideas. Real quick, so Monkeys over here is at a market cap of, this is the original, I believe. No, that's the original. So it's crazy what's happening here. The guy who created the original Monkeys has just been an absolute troll, and he's trying to sabotage the actual real version 2 Monkeys, which is legitimate. Some big things happening with the version 2 Monkeys, version 2. It's on CoinGecko and also CoinMarketCap. And yeah, anyway, $2 million market cap. Look, with Elon, let me see something real quick. Right, we can see the list up here at the top on my Twitter account. Because I follow Elon's list that says monkeys. I literally have a monkeys thing on my Twitter. All it's going to take is one tweet from Elon Musk to send this thing parabolic to like a 10, 20, 40, $50 million market cap. And I'm riding it. It's a meme coin play. It's extremely high risk. But I've traded memes in the past successfully. I've also gotten burned on a few. But when they go right, they go very right? And you make at least a 10x on your investment. So I'm with monkeys. We'll see what happens here. Ignore version 1. Version 1 was created by some dude who has very, very bad intentions, is just stealing from everybody basically and lying to everybody. So yeah, stay away from version 1. Version 2, if you want to get involved, is the one you want to pay attention to. $1.19 million market cap right now. And yeah, that's the meme coin play right now for me at least. Now, last week when we were talking about memes, somebody brought up I should look into Zeus. Zeus is Elon Musk's robot dog. And Zeus is ahead of the pack right now. If you look at this thing on the daily time frame, right, last week when we were streaming and someone was telling me about Zeus, it was down here at like 2 cents. You know, now it's 10 cents. This is a meme coin. It's got no real utility but the meme. And, you know, it's gone 6x here. So these things do move, but not everyone does. And they all don't move at the same time either. And as we saw with the total 2, it's all a rotation game. There's no new fresh capital coming in. This is just money being rotated. In order to get fresh capital coming in, we need to see this chart break out towards $700 billion. So until that happens, don't expect any crazy altcoin pumps. Check out WAGMI. WAGMI Games. Yeah, I mean, nothing to really say here with WAGMI. Selling off slightly, but as you see, it's still above the launch price from over here back in June 2022. And versus ETH, okay, it's selling off hard versus ETH, which is why we're seeing the sell-off versus the US dollar. And all this means are people are swapping their WAGMI back into Ethereum right now. But, you know, this is when we first covered it down here versus ETH. So even to current price, it's still... These coins are so annoying that they don't show the percentage gain. We have to go get our projection tool. Or a forecast tool, actually, my mistake. Still at 44%. Yeah, WAGMI. And it's also just retesting our breakout level 2. Here. So watch to see if this holds as support. If not, it can come back down to this lower one. But still, this is a bullish project. That's WAGMI. WAS, again, same thing. I would not buy any unless it's under 2 cents. It's not under 2 cents, so it's not in my buy zone. All right, you can do it however you like, but my rule is simple. If it goes under 2 cents, I'll buy it. If it's above 2 cents, I won't touch it. Yeah, but that's all I got for today, guys. And if you do want to get involved with the Crypto Empire Premium Discord and get all of my updates, all of my trades in real time, everything that is going on, go to my website, cryptoempireco.io, and get yourself in the Crypto Empire Premium Discord group. All details can be found right here on the official Crypto Empire website. Also, if you're looking for an exchange to trade on, I use Bitget. Go ahead and sign up with Bitget using my link down in the description below. You will get a ton of discounts on fees as well as deposit bonuses and a ton of other incentives. So go ahead, and if you're looking for an exchange to trade on that will give you good liquidity, it will give you good entries, it will fill your orders where you want them to, I recommend using Bitget. Again, if you sign up using the link in my description down below, you'll get a ton of bonuses. And you also directly support the channel. I greatly appreciate your support. But that's all I got for today, guys. Also, everybody who's sticking with me till the end here, we still have 36 people watching. I'm going to be going on a trip tomorrow for a week, but I'm still going to be making content. All right? I'm going to be going to an exotic tropical destination for 1 week, but I will still be grinding out there in the jungle. I have a lot of videos planned, and they need to get done. So I'll be recording from outside of my usual studio going forward, all right? From tomorrow onwards for 1 week, and then we'll be back in action in the office. But be prepared. You will see a different change of scenery. We will be in the jungle for a little bit of time. All right, guys, but that's all I have for today. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for all of your support. I'll see you all in the next video. I'll be releasing a video later on today. Be sure to stick around for that one. Thank you for sticking around for this entire live stream, and I will see you